Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Keelan, the bus driver. And so today I wanted to talk about a topic in regards to compromising and lowering your standards when it comes to rideshare. Now, before I even begin this message, this may not apply to everybody, but so many people, okay? And when I say lowering your standards or compromising, I'm talking about maybe allowing things to happen or doing things that you normally would not do that's outside of your character or outside of your beliefs, okay? And so about 2 months ago, um, I was doing Uber one night, and I picked up some young 20 somethings, not too far from downtown. But anyway, I picked up some people. It was a guy, and it was like two or three other women. And so the guy came and sat in the front, and the two girls sat in the back, or two or three girls sat in the back. And so everything was okay. But after a while, we had some great conversations. But after a while, I don't know how the conversation came up, but the guy began to make some comments about Jesus. And as you guys know, I'm a believer. And so he was talking about, saying these atheistic remarks about Christ and stuff like that, and how, he didn't believe in Jesus and stuff like that. And how can people believe in somebody that they've never seen or exist? Basically making some of those types of comments. And so I wanted to say something to him, and I probably should have, and I probably should have told him to stop making those remarks. And, I was sitting there thinking to myself, wow, like I wonder how many people that are on these platforms probably listen to these types of comments from people that talk about their faith and things like that. And so I didn't say anything to him. However, they got out of the car and whatever, and then, that was it. But I was highly offended at what he said, and I probably should have said something, and I was thinking not so much about the rating, but okay, how should I even say anything to him? Or, should I just tell him to shut up, be quiet, or that offends me, or be careful what you say, things like that. And unfortunately, I was a little bit tight-lipped about it. But then I got to thinking, you know what? I sat there and allowed him to say that without even expressing my feelings about it or expressing what I felt was wrong. And so I know that there are some drivers who I've seen and who've discussed that said basically, I wouldn't allow that to happen, or I've had people to come in my car to say certain things or do certain things or play certain types of music, and I didn't say anything. Or some have actually put their foot down and said, listen, I don't put that in my car. And so I know when it comes to customer service, Uber or maybe Lyft or whatever platform that you're on expects for us to make sure that we provide the best possible customer service without even thinking about how we feel. And even the fact that we have beliefs, and even the fact that we have certain standards and things to uphold. And so when it comes down to it, you guys, this is our car. Like that's your car. That's your vehicle. Like that's something that you're using to be able to make income. And I think that some of these companies, they expect for you to bend over for people, even if that means compromising your values, And so, maybe for instance, you have a customer or passenger that gets in your car, and they want you to play certain types of hip hop music, or they want you to play some heavy metal, or maybe some suggestive music that you don't feel comfortable with. And, you do have that right to say, I don't play that in my car, but there are some passengers who expect for you to play what they want you to play, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Now, I know some of you guys probably be like, yeah, I don't play that stuff in my car, or maybe you listen to it too. So maybe the both of you guys are just bumping, to the music. But I'm talking about for some of you who have certain standards or have certain values or certain beliefs, and you just aren't comfortable with certain things, or even certain conversations that arise in your car. Like I remember a couple years ago in church, there was a guy that he used to do Uber full time, but then when he got a job, he went part time. But he was making great money, and he said that he does not play certain types of music in his car. He said that, and he doesn't. He said, I only play gospel, only play Christian music, and that's just what I do. And he said that when they asked him to change the station to like R&B or whatever, he declined. He's like, no, I don't have that in my car. And even when certain passengers use profanity, there's some people I know say I don't allow people to cuss in my car, which makes sense. And so some people are okay with that because they're thinking, okay, it's just a passenger, they can do what they want. And so I can't tell you guys what you do, but I'm just talking about for those, like I said, who have certain beliefs, or maybe just, certain ways that they feel like are inappropriate. And so, like I said, this isn't for everybody. And so, and as I was listening, and as I was listening to some people's, thoughts about things, they were okay with that. Like they have no fear. They weren't uncomfortable with saying, hey, please no cussing in my car, things like that, And I think that you have some passengers who are offended if they can't cuss in your car or if they can't listen to certain types of music because they feel like they're obligated as a passenger, as a customer, to feel comfortable or to get the amenities that they want in your vehicle. Now, forgetting the fact that that is your car. It's not like you're actually working for a taxi company or whatever and things of that nature. Now, I have had a few customers ask me for specific music and stuff like that. And some of them had tried to even hook up their phone to my aux cable and stuff like that, but unfortunately it didn't work. But I would ask, okay, so what kind of music is that? And for me personally, like I just don't want certain spirits in my car. Like I don't want some stuff just, roaming around. Like that's just me. And so like for me, I found myself being kind of hesitant about saying anything because I wasn't sure how they were going to respond. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I know like when it comes to like a lot of profanity and cussing and this, like I just don't allow it. But I found myself even dealing with certain passengers, most of them cuss, and I'm not speaking against people that do, but I'm just saying for me, it didn't make me feel comfortable. And I know that there are several people from ministry that I knew that did not do rideshare anymore for that specific reason because they didn't feel comfortable picking up drunk people or they didn't want to pick up people that talked, explicitly and things like that. So they felt like, what, if I don't put myself in that situation, I won't have to worry about it. And that makes sense. So the question is, do you ever find yourself compromising or just allowing things to happen just for the sake of a ride or just for the sake of a good rating? So that's just a question I want to know. Like, how do you guys handle that? And if there are some things that customers do in your car that you may find offensive or against your beliefs, what do you do?